Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
We're at the Michigan Golf Show with Thad Gutowski, who's bringing back Falcon Golf. Wow.
Well,
so what got into your head? What's starting at
I mean, as I'm sure you know, for 25 years I had Falcon Golf. And, after working for a quarter of a century, Saturdays and Sundays, I decided that might be another way to, lose money. Okay. So I went out and did a number of things, including having a international golf travel service to Scotland. And I made 15 trips to Scotland in 3 years. And I have to tell you, the first trip was a lot of fun. The second trip a little less. And by the end of the 3 years, I mean, as they say in Hamtramck, the back end was dragging, So after doing a number of other things, including working with Michigan Golfer Magazine, being one of the writers, and doing some stuff with you and Art on Cyber Geezer, doing some writing on social networking, I decided here about a year or so ago that I think you can take the boy out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the boy. So I decided to go back into the business. Got a nice line of irons, all graphite, everything as we did for 25 years, all made to fit the player, okay? And I'm very enthused, and especially being here. This is just the introduction of the whole program is here starting yesterday. And I was absolutely thrilled by the number of people that came up and said, look, I remember buying a set of clubs from you in 1973. Okay. I said, my God, I forget that I go back that far. But at any rate, it's I believe the golf industry, you talk to people, say, listen, why would you go into the golf industry now? But I think it's going to start coming back, bobbing around a little upwards, and I'm going to be ready for it.
Well, I'd say you're ready, and just looking at those club heads over there, they're absolutely beautiful, but it also makes me wonder, what are some of the things you have to take into account when you custom fit a club?
Well, I tell you, there's the clubs that you buy in a store, the clubs that you buy off the rack, quality, you'll hear people talk about quality, they're very good quality. The thing is that there's so many different specifications that are available today that there is no average person, The average man's got 2.2 kids, and I don't know anybody who's got 2/10 of a kid. So what I'm just saying is that you may need the clubs a little stiffer. You may need a shaft that's got a little lower kick point to get the ball a little more airborne. You might need a bigger grip. There's something like 8 sizes of men's golf grips, but in stock clubs there's only one size. I mean, that tells you something right there, that type of thing. So I spend enough time with them on a practice range, and I have a small swing speed timer, a little Doppler radar, that I can tell how fast the club head's going. So everything is made to fit the player, and our claim is that if you're going to spend the money on a set of clubs, your mission should be to play better, enjoy the game more. That's my pitch too.
So do you do things like putters as well?
No, strictly irons, no woods, strictly irons, right-handed, graphite, our own design. Clubs are cast in California as opposed to the Orient. So, but the iron business alone is a different business. At one time when I started the company, if you had a set of clubs, even Walter Hagen's, you had a set of woods and a set of irons. They're all Walter Hagen's. You never thought of putting a different driver in there. But today you see all the drivers that are coming out, all the trouble woods that are coming out. But there's one area that's reasonably steady, and that's the iron end. Now it may not be where it was in the beginning, a 1 iron or a 2 iron, but still you still have in your bag 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at least a pitching wedge.
That was going to be my next question, which is, you're only allowed 14 clubs.
Right.
How do you help people figure out which are the right 14 to have in their bag?
Well, I think that's more the player's responsibility. He's going to have in that bag, along with his driver, which he's probably changing almost every year because he's looking for 360 yards like he sees on Sunday afternoon,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. But it's the mix of clubs, the number of in this 14 is pretty much up to the player's decision. He says, says, I don't like hitting a 3-iron. I got a trouble wood for that. Okay, fine. So we'll start with the 4-iron, or we'll start with the 5-iron.
Now, there's the old joke about the 1-iron. Do you include those too?
I heard them, and I got to tell you, there are no 1-irons. 1-irons, that's right. And that's true. That's true, except if you had Falcon clubs. You see, you didn't have to be God to hit a Falcon 1-iron years ago. That's true. That's absolutely true. You know, but now this set the new set that I have here starts with a 4-iron. Okay, because but you got to keep in mind that a 4-iron today. A 4-iron today is about the same as two different clubs a couple of years ago. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Now, I'm interested. Where are people going to find you?
You're going to find me at any local facility. Instead of having a store where people come to me, I'm stealing the page out of the Fuller Brushman's catalog. I'm taking a product to the client. Different driving ranges. I talked to a number of them here today. Private, public golf courses, any place where they got a nice range. I'll be demonstrating the clubs where they can where they can try them. I'm not talking about selling them first. I'm talking about them trying and seeing if they're happy.
So, if people want more information about how they can contact you, you have a website.
I have a website, right? And I have to say this: if you look at the bottom of the website, it says "laboriously created by Thad Gutowski." And I didn't do it to beat anybody out of the money. I just wanted to do it my way. So you'll find a lot of stuff on there, or if you can go to www.demodaze, DAZE, not Y.com, and see where I'm going to be demonstrating the clubs.
I think that's the key. You want to do it your way? That's your guy. He's going to make clubs to do it your way.
Thank you very much.